HyVee Halftime Report live from the Mabee Center in Liberty, and our guest on the HyVee Halftime Report is Staci Tubbs from the TNK Children's Foundation. Hello, happy holidays, and all that stuff. How in the world are you?
I'm phenomenal. How are you?
Well, I'm doing really, really well, and I'm excited to have you on here because we've talked many times about having you come on and talking about TNK. So let's get right to it. What is the TNK Children's Foundation?
We are basically a foundation of support to families whose children have cancer and other blood diseases, and then eventually we'll expand out to all families with critically ill children. The journey is the same, the struggles are the same, it's just a different diagnosis. So we come in and we provide emotional support, we provide meals to the families after they've been at the hospital all day, and basically whatever needs to be done on a daily basis, we relieve that stress so they can keep their focus on their family and their children when it's needed most.
And see, that's why I think this is great. And I've told you this before, I've told other people that, you know, we're not doctors and lawyers, but we have kids or know of families that have kids, and you can't do much for the kids themselves in terms of their care. But boy, what a great idea to help out the families. And I know you've got a history about that, and I'm not going to go into that right now. We'll do that during the men's game a little bit. But tell me about how, in practical terms, you're actually helping those families.
You know, parents drop everything whenever their child is critically ill. There's lots of uncertainty, worry, fear, financial constraints that come along, and they just can't juggle it all, and usually the family that suffers. And so in order to keep that family unit strong, mom and dad have to be as stress-free as possible. And so we come in and we relieve that everyday stress. Each family has different dynamics, so we tailor our services to each individual family so that they can hopefully keep their jobs, keep their house, keep their family intact, and have long-term emotional and physical success.
Okay, give me yes or no answers and then explain a little bit. But buying or getting food for the families, you do that?
We do groceries if they need it. It's usually not out of a financial need, it's more out of a time need.
So you would go do that service for them?
We actually provide them groceries, so we deliver groceries to them.
Okay. I've got a household problem. My dog has knocked down the back fence. Would you help in that area?
We do. So we reach out, you know, whenever we say foundation of support, we really mean a foundation of support. We reach out to the community that they're in and we say, look, you have a family. This is what their need is. Can you help us? Can you either donate it or can you discount it? And then we as the foundation pick up the cost.
Daycare?
Daycare, again, we reach out to those resources that are out there so we can make sure that the family is taken care of in whatever means that it may be.
TNK Children's Foundation. TNK, where did that come from?
That's actually my 3 children's middle initials. They've all 3 been critically ill at one time, so we understand the different walks that each individual family is on.
See, this is the spoiler alert. Staci's coming back for the second halftime too, and I'm going to have you get into your personal story. But you did have 3 young guys, and you went through all of this.
We did. Our oldest son was diagnosed with cancer. Our second one was diagnosed with hearing and speech problems, and then our third one was actually critically ill whenever I was carrying her.
When did you? Oh, so it's a girl too, right?
Yeah, 2 boys and 1 girl.
Mistake. You know, Staci, you know me well enough. If I make a mistake, just reach over here and slap me. You and your husband Casey came up with this idea. Is it based on any other existing idea, or was it kind of your own thing?
No. So we did a lot of research. It was, you know, I was trying to understand the purpose that our family was on and how could we use it to help others and essentially pay it forward. And after lots of research, you know, come to find out there wasn't anybody out there actually focusing on the family. There's great organizations focusing on the children, but not necessarily as the family as a whole. And it really becomes a family disease. So in a sense, we're creating the wheel.
Yeah,
and we're excited about it.
Well, I told you, I love the idea. And I don't know where it came from originally or whatever, but I think it's a really unique angle for some people that need the help. I mean, they really do. What do you have to do as a family to qualify for this?
They can go to our website, huggedandkissed.org, and put. They can click on
and kiss.
Hugged and Kissed. So hugged is helping, understanding, guiding, giving, and encouraging during your child's critical illness. Kissed is caring, inspiring, strengthening, and supporting, encouraging during your child's critical illness.
Okay, and I interrupted you. What else do they need to do once
That's
they get
okay.
there?
They can click on Get Support and then scroll down a little bit and apply here, fill out the application, and then one of our family coordinators will contact them and go through some questions. and get them set up so we can get services provided to them.
I think that's wonderful, and I'm sure, knowing you, that you make it as easy as possible for those families to receive those services.
We do, and all donations that come in, they go strictly to running the organization. We don't have any income guidelines, which is a big deal. We want to help the middle income, the high income, the low income. The struggle's the same, the journey's the same. They all need that support system.
Staci, you talk about donations, but how else are you funding the program?
So we have individuals, we have corporate sponsors, and then of course we're doing grants and spreading awareness. So the more people that know about us, they spread the word that we're out there, they tell more people, and it just becomes a domino effect. And it goes from there. We've just left it all up to how it's supposed to be and who we're supposed to be helping.
Doing the golf tournament again?
We are doing the golf tournament. Our date is set for June 9th at the National.
At the National. Good place to have it.
It is, definitely.
We're going to talk in this interview, Staci, about your family and how you got involved in this, because you had, all three of your kids were in a situation in which your family was kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Correct. So our oldest son was diagnosed with cancer on his 3rd birthday. 6 months later, our second son was actually diagnosed with hearing and speech problems, and we almost lost him during a routine surgery. And so between the two of them, we had lots of side effects and a big medical journey. And then we found out we were pregnant with our daughter, Cambridge, and because of what I was exposed to while our oldest son was going through chemo, both from the chemo and different viruses and bacterial infections, that put her at a great risk. So she was actually critically ill while I was pregnant with her the entire time, and we were told that she was supposed to be born with a lot of health problems. Right. So there was a huge mental and physical journey with all three children. And, you know, we are so very fortunate. Jacob has side effects, Logan has side effects, but we've learned to manage them. And our daughter has some food allergies, but again, you know what? We make a game out of it, and she doesn't know any different. It's perspective. How do you look at life? Do you let it beat you down, or do you rise above it and help others along the way?
Well, you've had those things with your kids. Your husband is a state patrolman, Casey, and so I know he has seen some things probably in life, and that's a tough road. And again, I would imagine the lessons learned led to TNK.
It definitely did. And we are very fortunate that we can go out and help so many families along the way, just to make the journey a little bit easier from our experience and what we've learned.
Okay. All right, we want to bring in one of the families that TNK is involved with. Will you introduce them? Let's bring Jessie in here.
Yep. So this is Jessie and her wonderful husband, Brett. And then their oldest son, Garrett, is actually currently going through chemo right now. So, Jessie, can you tell the viewers a little bit about why TNK is so important to you and the work that we do?
TNK has just been so helpful in just helping me take my mind off some of the everyday things, groceries. They've had people come clean my house, which is huge. It just helps me focus more on the family, Garrett and his treatment, and it's just been a huge blessing to have them help us out like that.
Because you have an aspiring sportscaster, I need to get the mic away. Can you give us a specific example of what TNK has done for you?
Oh, definitely. Every time we go down to clinic for my son's appointments, we get a dinner from TNK, and that's usually accompanied with a big box of groceries, just laundry detergent, bread, all kinds of snacks, clothes, maple syrup.
Well, Jessie, will you introduce? Let's just go around the horn here and introduce your family.
All right, this is Jolie. She's almost 6 months, and then Garrett. He is the one in treatment. Sorry, he's 4, and this is Briley. She's 2.
Well, let's go to Garrett. Garrett, you want to say hi real quick? And who's your husband?
And this is Brett.
Brett? Again, we heard some specific examples. What's kind of your impression of TNK?
Oh, it's just unbelievable. I mean, we've been so blessed, with our community and everybody coming around us. It's just another blessing to us. I know Staci she's helped us out tremendously, especially helped out my wife. She's got obviously her hands full here, so she's got a full plate. and Staci has definitely helped us out through the whole process.
It's good to meet you and your family. Best of luck to you, and I know TNK is going to help you out a lot with that. I'm going to visit with Staci here a little bit. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate that. Staci, in that first interview and during the women's game, we talked a little bit about how families can qualify for assistance. Could you run through that again, starting with the website?
Yep, so they can visit huggedandkissed.org, click on Get Support, scroll down, and there's a link where it says Apply Here. There's an online application. Once that is actually filled out, we'll have a family support coordinator contact them and go through some specific things to their family and get them started on services.
Part of this will be repetitious, but is it tough to get services, generally speaking?
Nope, so we don't have any income guidelines. We help low income, middle income, high income. The point is everybody has a rough journey, and we just want to make that journey a little bit easier.
As we wrap this up, what's something that maybe people wouldn't guess that you'd like them to know about your foundation, and maybe talk also about how you raise funds for the foundation?
Yeah. So what most people don't realize is they think whenever their child's in remission, they're done. Remission just simply means the cancer's under control. Like us, we had a 3.5-year journey, still doing chemo every single day, and then we had 5.5 years of side effects that we still had to deal with. So 3 in 5 children that are diagnosed suffer with long-term physical, mental, and social side effects. So even though you may win the battle of cancer, the journey is not over. The biggest way you can help us is you can do fundraisers for us. It can be as simple as throwing change in a water bottle and then giving us the water bottle. You can do Hugged and Kissed fundraisers by selling Hershey's Hugs and Kisses, or you can actually set up different bins at your place of employment. Collect toilet paper, paper towels, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste. All of those things that we use on a daily basis, these families need.
Staci Tubbs, the founder of TNK Children's Network, and great to have you here today, and I wish you the best. I guess I have to ask, your family, though, in general, doing well now?
They are doing phenomenal. We actually had 2 families graduate from our program in December, so that is a huge milestone. We helped 21 families last year. We're looking to help over 50 families this year. So the more awareness we have, the more donations, the more families that we can help. There's actually over 2,000 currently in treatment at one hospital, and we have 2 local pediatric oncology hospitals.
And one more time, the website.
huggedandkissed.org.
Staci Tubbs, thank you very much for joining us, and welcome to Jewel. Hope you had a good day here, and great talking to you, great seeing you again.
Thank you.
All right, it's the HyVee Halftime Report live from Liberty and the Mabee Center, and we'll be back with more in just a moment on the William Jewell College Sports Network.